Okay, good. So I want to remind everyone once again that this conversation, this podcast will be recorded, and it will be uploaded probably to our channel and YouTube channel as well. And for this, I wear my Inuyasha T-shirt. You see? Yeah.
Oh
So
my god!
yeah, yeah. I guess that looks
Wow,
nice,
that's
right?
so
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Yes.
So because it's a special occasion today, thank you for joining our podcast. I hope that you have spent your holidays really well, and by well I mean you had some rest, because basically that's why we have vacations. Yep. And today, the topic of our podcast is about the character that made an impact on you. Not necessarily maybe on your personality, but overall. I mean, maybe we were just impressed by the character, or maybe it was somebody was who kind of like helped you on your way to achieving certain things, or whatever. Yes. So not only just one, you can share some stories about two characters, three, or whatever. Okay. And what is important here is that it's about how fictional characters really can help us, yes, in different things, no matter what it is, our personal life or just our academic life, right?
I think I can start.
Okay, Muslima, good evening. So I hope you are
Good
doing
evening.
well.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. What about you guys? Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, this vacation was kind of boring, but I cannot complain.
So, when I think I already mentioned one of the podcast about my favorite animes about this Haikyuu. It's a
Yep.
volleyball, and this movie not only was my favorite just because of the game also, but because of the inspiration and motivation that the main character Hinata Shoyo gave to me. When I first started watching this series, to be honest, I didn't know anything about volleyball, and I was not interested in that. And still, I cannot play volleyball as cool as he does. But the thing that I got from him is that Hinata Shoyo was just a simple guy with just a dream, even though he didn't have such a talent like every other character does in this movie, but he had dedication in himself, and he had um, the fire inside him, which made him to work on himself very hard, which made him to become successful and achieve every his dreams. At that time, when I was watching this anime, I was also young teenager at school as the same as his. So I was so inspired to watch a boy who seemed very short, for instance, for volleyball. Like he was not so suitable for playing game, but because of his hard work, he did the unimaginable. He became very famous. He became talented, and he started to, to play as a pro as he wanted. And when I watched this, I got inspiration of to study most of the time because I saw that Hinata Shoyo, he didn't even have some, you know, possibilities to play volleyball in his old school because his friends were not interested in volleyball, but they helped them to play this. And his school didn't have any volleyball club for men, only for women. But
Mm-hmm.
even though, with these hard challenges, he did unimaginable, and he got to Kurasano club, and he had this idol of himself, him that the giant, little giant, and because of this inspiration, because of his idol, he could achieve everything he wanted. And then I realized that if I want to achieve the things that I want to in my academic life, I also should have this dedication as he does. I should never stop, no matter what kind of challenges, no matter what kind of problems I'm gonna have. But the thing is to be motivated every time and go to the to the aim in your life. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. Yes, because sometimes, things that inspire us may come from completely unexpected, like sources. Because
Yeah.
most of the time we think, yes, that, when it's about achieving something academically, we first of all think that maybe this will be maybe like our teachers or maybe family members or friends who inspire us. But sometimes this inspiration may also come from characters, from movies and series and books and all other stuff, because it just shows how much impact can a character carry. And I think that is because of very good writing, the story of the character and also the character
Yeah. Yeah.
itself. Yes, they are written in a very good way, so
Yeah.
that it's kind of like pushes us to certain conclusions in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So, Muslima, I have one question here, and this question is: you when you were watching this, I suppose you were younger, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of 14, I think I was.
Mm-hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
can you tell us something about, like, sometimes when we like get older, get more life experience, probably our views on the characters may slightly change or change like drastically. Have you
Mm-hmm.
noticed that, or is it still the same opinion about the character?
Um, I've like I've seen a lot of uh, uh, the changes in my view for lots of characters, not only for Hinata Shoya, but if I talk only about Hinata Shoya, I think when I was younger, I didn't kind of saw every moment of the movie. For instance, I just watched it for maybe volleyball, and sometimes I got motivation from him, from his dedication. But when I grew up, I started to notice that um, Hinata Shoyo were kind of different that I imagined. When I imagined, firstly, when I watched it, I just thought that he just maybe lucky guy that got a chance that nobody can get it. But I just simply didn't see the truth that he was the one who was dedicated to have this. It was not just a luck, but it was a hard work. I
Mm-hmm.
think I got it when I became kind of older.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that's quite natural, I guess, because, I have noticed one thing myself. When I watched anime when I was like 13,
Mm.
maybe 14 years, right, old,
Yeah.
I was most of the time like a casual viewer. I could just watch something for the sake of the story, for the sake of excitement, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could forget about the show, or I could forget about the movie completely. Yes, it was just like, oh, that's interesting, that's exciting, that's kind of thoughtful, etc. But right now, as I am basically an adult person now, right now, when I discover something new, or maybe I watch something again, it feels different because I watch not just the story sometimes. I really observe the characters and their lives and their
Yeah.
background and their attitude, personality matter more to me than
Mhm.
anything else. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that that's what anime really does very good, quite often, is characterization. It's like the personalities that are shown, they are really worth attention as much as the story. Yeah. Okay, that was interesting, and yeah, very very interesting, really, because it's an example of how a story about hard work and ambitions can really have an impact, yes, on real life situation, because it's basically based on like real life situation. Of
Yeah.
course, it can be dramatized and like made more exciting maybe than maybe real life situations, but it really amplifies the best in ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much. Would you like to add anything?
No, yes, that's
Okay.
very much good.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was quite
Mhm.
very interesting. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
So, and yes, guys, that's what we are going to do today. And I cannot say that I admire the character, but this character makes me think a lot. Let's put it that way. Yes. And maybe it's a little bit unusual for, I think, young audience, because you probably heard of the character, but you may kind of have not watched the anime itself, but I'm not sure. So this is the character. So first of all, has anybody seen this guy anywhere?
I've seen it on Pinterest or somewhere, but
Oh,
I don't remember his
Me
name.
too.
nice. So you guys, you have already like at least seen this guy, right? That's very good to hear.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
this is the character that I've chosen, and I wanted to share a story about like this anime and why I really like it. So the series is called City Hunter, and it is based on manga written by Tsukasa Hojo. It was serialized, I think, in 1985 to 1991. So it's like, I wasn't even born back then. I was born in 1991. So the manga ended when I was born. Yeah, so it's very, very old. But I think you have heard already, guys, from a lot of people that old anime is like, very special, because it's like a classic. Yes. And City Hunter can be called absolutely a classic in anime. And this is the main character from this series, Ryo Saeba. So Ryo Saeba is a very interesting character because it's kind of difficult to characterize him. The story of City Hunter is pretty, I cannot call it simple, but the setting itself is simple. We discover a lot through the story. So he is a private detective, if you will. He solves problems for others, especially when somebody is in danger, right? Or maybe somebody wants to investigate something. That's where Ryo Saeba steps in. So he lives in Tokyo, in Shinjuku, which is like, one of those Tokyo districts that is known for like vivid nightlife and also some danger. But the danger is fictionalized because, in general, Tokyo is a very safe city. But in the universe of City Hunter, it's not like Tokyo, it's more like Las Vegas, if you will. Yeah. So he is in this dangerous world full of dangerous people. Yeah. And he helps those who really need help and saves the day. But he has a lot of flaws. He has a lot of flaws, especially his number one flaw is that he likes to hang out a lot. And the whole story is his partner, who was like, kind of like his manager in his private detective business, he actually dies. And his sister, Kaori Makimura, she decides to become this guy's partner because he is now left alone. And together they solve all these interesting cases. But what is more important is that this woman, Kaori, she is actually like an emotional anchor to this character when he steps out of the line, because he is really like somebody who likes to hang out a lot. She kind of like puts him into his place. And she also takes care of him. So, of course, the story naturally leads to the realization that they kind of fall in love with each other, but they never say it. You know what I kind of admire about the show? It never says anything directly. Ryo definitely looks out for Kaori, and Kaori, she is not indifferent to Ryo. She falls in love with him despite all his flaws, because she sees the real person behind all that act. She sees this noble person who never turns his back on others. who is always near when you need this person, right? So that's what she really appreciates. The story itself is pretty much a very grown-up story. It's very serious, thoughtful, but at the same time, it's action comedy. It's full of goofiness. Sometimes it looks like Tom and Jerry rather than, a real detective story. And sometimes it feels really dangerous, full of action and all that. It perfectly combines comedy and seriousness. And it reminds me of one anime a lot, one modern anime, and I think you know it very well, Spy Family, right? Have you heard about Spy Family?
Yeah, of course, I knew Chan.
Yeah, when I watched Spy Family for the first time, it reminded me of that, series of City Hunter. And you see, I like this character, and not only just this character, all the characters in this show, because mostly it's not about what is happening, it's about with who it is happening. So the characters themselves are much more exciting than maybe the story itself. So, and I also like this idea that, and I've told it in one Instagram reel, that City Hunter is not just about the guy who is a detective and he has this person beside him who helps him, etc. It's there is a hidden meaning. It's about the person, not the person. It's about two people who have been through a lot of losses, and they found the meaning to live and to come back home in one another. So, that's what I consider to be the meaning of the show. And they are so important to me as a viewer that I even have the figures of those two characters. They are like the centerpiece in my anime figure collection, absolutely. And when Bandai released this, I was really surprised because it's an old anime. And, people, they didn't forget, but it's not in trend anymore, right? And when they released this, I was very happy. And I know why they released it, because the ending of City Hunter, as it ended in manga, actually was adapted only in 2023, I guess. So it's been a long time, and I really, really like the show. It really makes you think a lot. Yeah, there are such works of art, no matter what it is, like books, movies, anime, animated series, whatever. They really make you think about the characters, like what is the motivation of that character, because we really do not know who Ryo Saeba is. He pretends to be a cool guy, a guy who is ready to die, in the fight, in the battle for justice. The guy who never looks back, he always looks forward. But this forwardness is not about the hope. He is really ready to sacrifice himself all the time. And after certain moments, you realize that you sometimes want to tell him, Ryo, what are you doing? You have Kaori just beside you. And she is not indifferent to you. You sacrifice yourself and you do not think about her. So, when Ryo realizes that he has somebody to live for, that kind of changes the dynamic. Not directly, but you notice gradually through all the episodes how their relationship starts to get different. But you really need to watch it, to read between the lines, to listen to what characters say, how they say it in order to get this. And that's one of those key elements of old anime that was released in the 80s and 90s. It doesn't say directly. It's a very Japanese thing, actually. You really need to be attentive to things. It's all the subtleness, that I really, really enjoy in such series like this. So, that's what I wanted to say. And I cannot say that the character helped me, personally. But, I think that I can relate to something that Ryo Saeba, has, is that sometimes I can be quite, how to call it, I'm not ready to share maybe what's on my mind all the time. But sometimes you need to, do it. And the example of Saeba-san and how he opens up gradually more and more is a good thing. It's a good lesson in life that, sometimes we also need to have such close people like, beside us to really, really share what is important to share. So yeah, thank you for your attention. And if you guys have any questions, I am very happy to answer them.
Have you rewatched this anime after watching it for the first time? Like, did you come to watch it again because you loved it?
Actually, I wanted to, and it's such an anime that you can stop and then you can continue at any moment, and that's what I did because I watched like first 2 seasons almost like every day or every other day. Then I stopped for some time, and then I watched other seasons one after another, and when I finished that, and it took me I think a few years because I really dragged my time with these characters because I knew, yes, that the moment the episodes run out, I will no longer meet these people in Shinjuku, right? Yeah, and that's why I dragged my time. And I've just finished, I think, all the episodes just recently, and I had an urge to rewatch certain episodes, and then I thought, okay, I will leave it for maybe some other time. Yeah, but in a few years, yes, I will definitely have this urge to check this once again. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Welcome.
I just want to say that it's always interesting to know more about the characters that you get inspired by, because I understand that being a teacher can be very not easy, usually, and you need to get somehow an inspiration from your favorite characters, right? Like to stay motivated, and maybe even take certain features from them, right? To maintain the same passion, yeah, throughout the time. So for me it was very interesting to listen.
Thank you so much. And yes, indeed, sometimes you can find inspiration in completely surprising, things. And that thing is this City Hunter anime. Actually, it's so goofy sometimes. Like goofy that if you watch it on the surface, you may that's not important. But when you really are attentive and you watch not only just one episode or one scene, but the whole episode first. Okay, that's what it meant. That's what it was, right? Like the characters are not so easy to read. You need to spend some time with them to get, okay, this is not just a comedy. Actually, there is something romantic here and something very noble, and that is quite cool, in such series when it tries to deceive you, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. And now the next person to share the story, who will this person be? Hi.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start again, though.
Yes.
So what I wanted to say that I started watching anime when I was younger, like 5 or 6 years old. Girl, can you hear me?
Yes, with little interruptions.
Yeah. Let me fix this then. Okay, what
Kanjiro,
about
right?
now?
Everybody. Yeah.
What
Yeah, I
about
think
now?
it's okay. I think it's
It's
okay.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about a prehistory. Is it called like this?
I guess. Like backstory, you mean?
Oh, sorry, yeah, backstory. Okay, as I started watching anime when I was 5 and 6 years old, girl, and they were Castle in the Sky,
Really?
My Neighbor Totoro. and Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh my goodness, yes, I remember now.
Yeah, they are pretty old, and I watched them when I was a little younger, and they, my brother inspired me to watch them because he was interested in anime in that time too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were my favorite one that to watch and interesting. And now, as I've watched it again when I grew up, and I understand some meanings there. So, but I do really want to talk about the character that's really um gave a sense, let's say. So, can we say like this?
Yes.
And one anime that has that special impact on me is Demon Slayer, as I
Mm-hmm.
started watching it at 10th grade at school, I think. And okay, Demon Slayer was written by Kimetsu no
Yep.
Yaiba, like this. He's author, and this anime left a special place in my heart, and it felt different to me than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
In this anime, there wasn't only about fighting demons or becoming stronger. This is about kindness, family, courage, and staying human even when life is so difficult. And one of my favorite character is Tanjiro Kamada. So, and what I like most about him is that he's strong without being cruel.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he faces enemies and he tries to understand their pain and remembers that they were once human too. Like this scene is really fantastic for me when he really wanted to become a demon, as I'm not mistaken, because when something happened to Nezuko, is his sister, little sister. Okay.
Yes.
And the another character,
She was
yes,
possessed by
and
right.
yeah, I think my internet isn't that good. Okay,
No,
another
no, we can
character,
hear it, actually.
okay, another character
Yeah.
who made an impression on me is Kyujoro Ringoku. To be short, Ringoku. He is a fire. He specialized with fire.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that his attitude toward life was incredibly inspiring me. Yes, this one, Ringoku. And that he believed that people should use their strengths to protect others and live proudly according um, to their values. And his words about continuing to move forward, even when things are painful, stayed in my mind for a long time. Even now, I uh, really like Ringoku rather than Tanjiro, I can say, because
Mm-hmm.
of his powers, because of his strengths in life, that uh, he really wants to do good things to others too. And what and the Ringoku showed me that real strength isn't only about being powerful, as I said, his strength, and sometimes being strong means staying kind and getting back up after failure. And there is one thing where I cried. Really, I cried watching this anime. is when Ringoku was dying, let's say. He was fighting, and I also shared this picture.
The third one. Yeah. Just a moment. This
Yeah,
one,
this
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yes, this moment when they were um like fighting
Yeah.
with the moon's demon, seventh moons, as I'm not mistaken. Uh, when he was like, let's say, dying, this. Oh, I forgot what I really wanted to say because there were too
You
much emotions.
you were mentioning this scene, yes? When he was kind of injured a lot, and
Yes, yeah,
you
exactly.
kind
When
of
he
were
was
very emotional
injured,
about this, right? Yeah.
when emotional. I am an emotional person too, but when I am watching anime, I'm not that emotional. I'm just watch
Okay.
for experience, for fun. Sometimes, if I see them from Instagram, if it's interesting, I search it and watch that anime. But this time, I really felt sorry also about this character that he did such a good thing to the people, and that he is fantastic, and that's all. I cannot explain anymore, I think, about his character, yes. But overall, the Demon Slayer really left a good impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I will remember it only as an anime I watched a few years ago. I do really remember some scenes from that anime, and they were really fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think I will remember it as a story that gave me some thoughts and phrases that I can carry with me in real life. And there were some phrases too, not heroes one, not the good one, but also I felt sorry for other demons also, because if their life wasn't that hard, I think they won't become demons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You know what I kind of like admire about this series in particular? I mean, like I haven't watched it. I
Mm.
watched like I think first two episodes, and then I was like, okay, I will watch it later. I don't know why. And then I haven't checked out this one yet, but I do know what is happening because everybody is talking about this, and I know Tanjiro and his kind of like life path, etc., and his sister Nezuko and how she was like possessed and such, yes, etc. So, and Malika, could you please tell us? So you are absolutely confident in that Tanjiro is your favorite character.
Almost.
Okay. So, and if you had like a chance to include two favorite characters. So number one,
Mm.
let's say, is Tanjiro. Who is number two?
Son Jinwoo.
Okay.
From solo leveling. I don't really wanted to talk about Son Jinwoo, but
Okay.
his life path is um more about fighting and growing yourself with no doubts to others, like um with no trust to others. He just trusted to himself only. But Tanjiro in this anime is more close to real life situations, I think, and that's why I chose this.
Okay. Yes, I think yes, because Tanjiro is such a character. He's really relatable. Like you can just compare his like struggles and the life choices that he makes with just regular life. Though he is in completely different like historical period, and he's in completely different like universe in which like demons exist, etc. So, but what makes this character so special is that you can still relate to this character, because his
Yes.
struggles are just the struggles of any other teenage character, right? Yeah, but what's interesting? This teenage character has to make some very adult decisions, just like in Inuyasha, right? And I
Yes,
think,
exactly.
have you finished, by the way, Inuyasha or not?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate because the ending is absolutely beautiful. And a lot of people compare Inuyasha and Demon Slayer because of that fantasy world, yes?
Mm.
But there are, of course, a lot of differences. And in your opinion, Malika, what do you think? What is the number one difference between Inuyasha and Demon Slayer in terms of like characters and storytelling, etc.? In your opinion?
I think, in my opinion, in Inuyasha there is only one goal, as in Demon Slayer 2, but like in Demon Slayer there is goal is to get rid of what he was named. Mm, I forgot.
I don't know, yeah,
Muzan.
because
Muzan.
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah, you are right.
Muzan.
Yeah. So there is like a villain, the main kind of guy.
Yes. To get rid of it, and because they were eating humans as demons.
Yeah.
But in Inuyasha, I think um there is also a fight with
Yeah.
an evil, but like let me say, fight with evil, but I don't think that they are eating people in Inuyasha.
Yeah. I mean, like the goal of this main villain in Inuyasha, who is called Naraku, yes, if you remember, his
Naruto,
goal
yes,
sometimes is not even clear, right? Sometimes we do not even
yes,
understand what Naraku wants. It almost feels like he has personal grudge against Kagome, Inuyasha, and Kikyo, right?
yes. But this Naruto is really want to get rid of Inuyasha and
Yeah. He
to
kind of like
uh
hates the guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, hates Inuyasha, and there's a Kikyo who he really wants, like,
Oh,
to
yeah.
get that
I think
girl.
he was in love with her, probably, right?
Yes, because
Yeah.
she saved his life when he was
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
but in Demon Slayer, the goal isn't on just the heroes to get rid of. The goal is just to save the planet, let's say.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, what is different is that Demon Slayer may feel like it's a darker show, actually, compared to Inuyasha.
Mm,
Because there's little hope sometimes, yes, very often. While Inuyasha is more hopeful, no matter what happens, and there are so many scary things happening too, but there is always hope there. And another thing, yes, you are absolutely right, and I agree with it totally, is that in Demon Slayer, the end game is clear. Like, we have the villain, we know what the villain wants, and the guy tries to stop him. While in Inuyasha, it's very difficult sometimes to figure out what is evil. And even if there is an evil character, what does he really want? Sometimes we do not even understand it until the very end. So, that's what makes it like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait for another episode, etc. So, guys, that's why if you haven't watched Inuyasha, you should definitely do so. Okay, so
yeah.
Malika, would you like
And
to add anything?
another thing is one more thing, let's say, about Inuyasha. There
Yeah.
were a crystal, yeah,
Jewel, you mean? Yes?
jewelry. No,
Yeah, like,
I don't know what is it. Okay, gem
yes,
or
it's all,
crystal
all over the Japan or whatever,
all
yeah?
over the world. Yes,
Yeah,
and the aim was to collect it too, like the another aim.
yeah, yeah. We forgot about that, but it's really important, yeah, because this jewel is basically the root of all evil, yes?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guys tried to collect it, and basically Kagome was responsible for shattering it like this, it was like in different pieces, they flew all over, and all the demons started to like search for these pieces because it gave them power. And
Oh, yes.
yeah, that was kind of, cool. That is a cool concept, actually. Yeah. Okay, so Malika, thank you so much for sharing your story and your
My
character.
pleasure.
Yeah, very good, very nice. Thank you so much. And now let's come to Nigina-chan. So Nigina-chan, how are you doing?
Good evening, Mr. Po. Yes, I am ready to share my experience. What about you?
Everything is kind of fine. Yes, I hope you're are having a good time. It's taking a little bit
Yeah,
like more of the time, but I guess that's fine, right?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that you guys really enjoy this because after that we will also have a little bit of interesting discussion. Yeah, and right now I'm gonna show you the character that Nigina has actually prepared for us.
Yeah,
Yeah, so let me just share the screen right now. So this is the character.
yeah, I picked some characters, so it
Yes.
would be also interesting. So the first one, I think he's famous. This is Izuku Midoriya. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, Izuku Midoriya from the anime Boku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia. So yeah, this is my favorite anime. I have to finish watching the last season because it's the last season of the whole anime, and I will understand how it finished actually, and etc. and etc. So yeah, but first of all, before I entered Furigana State University, I started watching this anime.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the situation was kind of interesting. Why? Because I was entering and Midoriya was entering to the Hero Academy. So I could understand his worriness, yeah, his intentional thoughts of, oh, what if I don't pass, and etc. and etc. So we could understand each other actually, yeah. And when he actually finally entered, of course, not without help of his friend. Oh my god, I forgot the name of this girl. Uh, the levitating girl who could use her quirk in order to levitate and levitate every other object that she touches, and she actually helped him by saying, no, don't let me access the academy, give my scores to Midoriya. So that's what she said, and then the jury made their minds in order to accept both of them. So yeah, this is how he entered the academy. And it was very interesting watching Midoriya to always helping others. I think mostly people can say, yeah, Nigina, first of all, your first feature, helpful. I don't know why, but I mostly hear from people around me, helpful. I'm kind of getting a little bit awkward at this time, but if people say that, well, I guess they mean it, right? It means I do help. Yeah. And
But you are really a helpful person, actually. You are always ready to help those who really need help. Yeah, your friends and me, for example, right? You are always very helpful.
so
So, yeah, I think that they just speak the truth.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you do certain things related to other people, you don't watch yourself, right? You just do what
Okay.
people tell
Okay.
you. Yeah, yeah, and you can even forget about what you did. It's normal thing, right? But when people say, I guess, oh, if people say, well, then okay, yeah, yeah. Ah, yes, I remember the name of this girl, Uraraka. Yeah, Uraraka. Uraraka helped Midoriya. Yeah. So, another thing that I like about Izuku is that his passion, he always runs into becoming hero, even even whether it takes effort or too much effort beyond his powers. Nevertheless, Izuku tries his best. He fails, he doesn't take that into consideration. He just continues to go on, and on. Actually, let's say I really got inspired from him by knowing that I can also enter Fergana State University. I also can make it, and Izuku actually inspired me. And even after I entered, I remembered some of his features, the way he acted, with all that passion of him. I just reminded myself constantly, like, you can make it. Izuku made it, so you can also make it. You just have to put more effort. Come on, you're gonna make it, and etc. and etc. So it was very interesting experience. Okay, I graduated the bachelor's degree, and now it's gonna be master's degree. But I do still remember the way I watched this anime, and not only seasons, but also this small films or whatever they are called, like big episodes, almost
Special
for 1 hour.
yes?
Yeah. I do also remember myself, my emotions, reactions was like, oh my god! I'm like, yeah, beat him in the face! Yeah, it was so much funny moments.
Yeah.
But really, I think, I even have this funny Izuku Midoriya's keychain that Shazotbek gave me.
Yeah, I think I do
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
I still have it in my bag. So yeah, it's not keychain. It's more like, it's actually it's keychain, but it's not related to my key. It's connected to my bag. So, and another one I remember, Shamil presented me another Midoriya that was also cute. Yeah. So I don't know actually why, but I do understand that we have some common features in our personality if we are talking about passion for something. I do understand that passion is important. Yeah.
So you basically, Nigina, as I understand,
Yeah.
your life path and Midoriya's life path, they were kind of reflected, yes?
I can tell you that, yeah, because when I saw him working, despite others told him like, you will never become hero, because originally Midoriya was he didn't have any quirk, so
Yeah,
he
he was
was,
like an underdog, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I do remember it. I mean, like, I haven't watched, but people
yeah,
were talking about this constantly, like, that nobody believed in him, and then,
yeah.
despite all that, yeah, that is quite motivational, I guess.
Yes, he was quirkless, but even when he found out that he's the most loved hero, uh one for all, yeah, one, oh no, not one for all, one for all is a power. He is almighty hero. Oh my god, I've also forgot this. This is what happens when you stop watching anime for some years and you start forgetting the names of the heroes, but that's
Yeah, it
okay.
may happen. Yeah,
All Might, yeah. All Might was quirkless, but he was given the power, all for one, on one for all. Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's quite interesting, actually. Yeah,
you have to
such.
believe, because main concept of that anime is belief. So yeah, we can move to the next character.
Okay, which one?
Just the next picture that I've sent you.
They are in random order here, so
It's okay. It's okay.
this one, yeah.
If we have Shigara, what did I send you actually? I forgot what I sent you. Okay.
Yeah, you send
Yes.
it, and
Can
I
you
have
move?
no idea who this guy is actually.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Can you move further, please? There will be one blue-haired guy with
Yeah,
lots of
just
hands.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's an
Yeah.
unusual choice. A bit.
You will be surprised what I'll tell you next. So
Okay. Well, we are all ears. Yeah, we are ready to listen.
yeah. So this is Tomura Shigaraki. Oh my god. Okay. I'm so sorry. Is it getting hotter here?
Okay.
Yeah. So he is the main antagonist of the anime. I would rather say not the main antagonist, because he was actually used by um, All for One, the main actual and main antagonist that used Shigaraki's power. His power is called Decay. So you see his hands, I mean not the hands that attach to his body, but his real hands.
Real hand.
Anything that he touches decays immediately, in no time, becomes just a dust. So he has to be very careful with whatever he touches. Even when he eats, he has to touch it like with 3 hands at least, not to destroy the food. Yeah.
That's such
So
a
he's
convenient and inconvenient power at the same time, right?
so he is the leader of the antagonist group, villains. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I also write fan fictions. And when I started watching the anime, I don't know what happened in my brain, but I downloaded almost 100 pictures of Tomura Shigaraki. I started writing fan fictions with Tomura Shigaraki. I can even tell you almost how many fanfictional works I have with him. It's like they're small, like not so big, but
Mm-hmm.
it's almost 69. Oh
Really?
no, 64. 64.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
64 small fanfictions related to Tomura.
Well, that's I can call the record, I guess.
I don't know. Actually, I can tell that, I was inspired by Midoriya, but I was inspired by Midoriya in order to understand how to achieve what I want. So I understood, so I achieve what I want with passion. Okay, understood. Next. When I saw Shigaraki, he is a villain, but deeply inside, if we take a look at his past story, childhood, his father was a very rough and bad person. He he was actually hiding the fact that Tomura is a grandson of Nana Shimura. Nana Shimura is a hero that gave, if I'm not mistaken, her powers to All Might. She was training All Might, and Shigaraki is her grandson. So can you imagine? He is related to hero family, but because of his father, that was a very rough and bad person, constantly beating him, etc., etc. He was hiding the fact of Nana Shimura. He just crossed her out of the family, and his real name is Tenko Shimura, not Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
Shigaraki was given by one all for one. He gave this name to this boy when he was small, and this is how he started to become a villain. Deeply inside, he was a very shy, very touchable, and such kind of person that would constantly run into tears and feel too deep, emotional, and etc. But just situations made him Shigaraki, made him become villain. I usually try to understand villains, not the heroes, because villains never were born, they were created by situations, by accidents, by people. Deeply, every villain are not born this way. Deeply inside, each villain was made by just accidents, never by their
Right.
own choices.
Potential, yes?
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
what
like,
I
yeah, I understand that. It's like it's more interesting to watch such villains who were forced to be villains, right?
Yeah, because one for all. Oh, I'm so sorry. I constantly mispronounce it. All for one
All for one,
used
yeah.
his powers because you see he's got very powerful quirk to decay. So touch whatever he touches, it disappears. So
Mhm.
for all for one, it was very meaningful and very helpful for his for the plans of using
Yeah,
Tomura.
yeah.
So yeah, and actually, I can tell you what actually inspired me during the process of studying at university. I just saw his pain and everything, and I thought that villains become villains by accidents, not
Mhm.
because they wanted to. And maybe I've learned also some of his passion, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Suguru and Satoru, right? In Jujutsu Kaisen.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, because, for example, Sukuna is a villain. Yes, we know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, who possesses Yuji, it's clear that Sukuna, he will always be a villain. But when we watch Suguru, and you know the backstory, yes, when he and Satoru were actually young, and you
Mm-hmm.
understand that Suguru was even a better student than Satoru. And then you
Yeah.
realize that, oh my goodness, something bad happened, and it really happened. And then you
Mm-hmm.
realize that these people just made different choices, and it led to one becoming more responsible and more careful. I'm talking about Gojo Sensei, and
Mm-hmm.
another taking a radical route. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about Suguru. So, at first I was like, Suguru is just like, a bad guy. And then I
Mm-hmm.
watched the story and I was like, was really feeling sorry for him. Like, what happened? How could
Yeah.
that such a good guy has chosen such a way of life? Like, that
Yeah.
was twisted. But, I think that these villains who are like this in anything, they are more interesting to observe because you really
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
really feel sorry for them, like you pity them, like oh my goodness,
Yeah.
person could do so much good, but he wasn't allowed to do it because of the bad sequence of events, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this bad sequence it leads to this. You can never go back sometimes, and this is like good villain writing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nigina-chan, thank you. And what about your third character?
Third character, you can. I think you can move back to. Yeah. Okay. Uh, this is.
Sorry, this,
Yeah. Yeah.
that,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, this is the character from Tokyo Revengers. I
Yeah.
watched. Yeah, I watched only season one. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I know almost the main plot of the story because there were, you remember the times of maybe 20. I don't actually remember the time when manga was coming out, maybe 2019 or something like that. This manga was so popular. It was people were speaking about it almost everywhere, about all characters, because there are a lot of characters. Maybe that is why it was enjoyed by most population of the earth, because it was this manga spread across the whole earth. I was shocked by this fact.
You
And
cannot imagine how many characters Bleach has. Like, I even
really,
lost the count. Yeah, like, so many. And Gintama as well. Gintama is crazy. The characters are just popping up every other episode.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, but Tokyo Revengers, yes, they have a lot of characters as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so welcome.
So this character's name is Tata Kisaki. What I actually got inspired by him, he was over. He always knew what he wanted. So in first episode, he was let's say he's smart guy. He can be red sometimes because he could made certain plans and then made these plans into reality, and he could damage anyone he wanted just because he wanted to do so, or maybe this person would interrupt his plans, so he would get rid of this guy immediately. He's heartless, but I actually got inspired by him. Look what he wears, like rich t-shirt, tie, very nice, like outlook. I couldn't say this looks rich on him. So by judging by what he wears, we can say he became rich and quite, let's say, famous guy. Because if I'm not mistaken, he in the future he became Tolman or something, like the leader of his organization, and everyone respected him. Everyone was addressing him with deep respect and understanding. So main thing that I learned from him is that you have to stay focused on your aims if you want to become successful, if you want to achieve something, you have to work for it. Of course, I'm not talking about get inspired by this, of course not,
No,
but
I know, yeah,
mainly,
like a fictional thing, right? Yeah, it's
yeah,
not literal, like, yeah.
yeah,
Certain like features or maybe certain ideas, yes, like in abstract form
yeah,
more than just literal, right?
yeah. So just stay focused on what you want to achieve. Like, he became famous and successful. So he did this because he was like using his ideas, getting with good relationships with maybe other powerful guys. So yeah, like this.
Okay, that's quite interesting because sometimes we may not like the characters, but we may see something like that is worth like noting. Okay, this character
Yeah,
possesses this and that quality that are kind of
yeah,
like interesting to observe and analyze.
yeah.
Yeah, that's quite something. So, okay, Nigina-chan. So I
Yeah.
think that we need to wrap it up because we are kind of running
Yes,
out
of
of
course.
time.
I
Yeah.
understand.
So what about this guy, basically? Yeah.
Basically, so he's also from Tokyo Revengers. His name is Hanma Shuji. Actually, I was just inspired by his outlook. He's so mysterious. You never know what's inside of his mind. Basically, what I learned from him: be such kind of person that everybody would admire, but no one will ever in their lives understand what's going on in your mind. So just
Mhm,
play
mhm.
nice, smile, but smile in that way so no one could guess what is he thinks about, what's on his mind, like this, mysterious.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Wow. So you are inspired by different certain elements that characters possess rather than the
yeah,
character overall, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but I think that Midoriya is an exception. I think that you like this character overall, yes?
I think maybe yes, but I guess Hanma is also quite interesting person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, by the way, I think that. Just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, where is the camera? Yeah, camera.
Mhm.
So, Igina-chan, could you please tell me, if somebody has asked you, like, choose one character who is the number one that had the greatest influence on you or maybe served as the greatest inspiration, who would you choose? Only
Oh
one.
my God. Talking about yeah, talking about anime, it's so interesting because I'm not that big fan of anime, but oh my God, I
Are you sure
really like
about that?
you really well, I really like that question because it makes me think about lots of characters and I have to pick one. Oh, I hate picking one character.
Yeah, I know. That's difficult. Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Maybe
Oh my
Midoriya,
God.
I think,
I
because
think yeah.
you spent the most time with this character, I think. What do
I
you
think yeah.
do you agree?
I think yeah.
At least for now, yes, like at the moment.
Yeah.
You know why I made this conclusion is because when you were talking about this character, you didn't talk only about his external things, like
Yeah.
how like the character looks, how he behaves. You talked about his personality more.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's why I
Yes.
think it had the most influence, at least for now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for sharing. And as you can see, guys, we all shared today our stories, and every time, there is something special about the characters we watched. And every time, there is something about the personality of that character, or maybe the story, or maybe certain decisions that the character made, or maybe how the character looks. And it inspires us in our daily life. That's the power of good storytelling and power of good character development, probably. And thank you so much, guys, for sharing your stories. And this was very
Thank
fruitful
you.
and very interesting. We are taking a little bit of our time. And I think that right now it's a good time to dedicate maybe like 10 minutes to this interesting discussion that I wanted to have with you today. And first of all, we will talk about the, I think, most influential series in recent years. And by recent, I mean from 2013, 14 to now. Yes? So this period, because this period is characterized as the most modern, let's say, period in anime, from like 2013, 14 to right now. And I have chosen some that kind of stand out here. And we've talked about this already. So we have Attack on Titan, we have Jujutsu Kaisen, we have Demon Slayer, we have My Hero Academia, we have Spy Family, and we have Chainsaw Man. So, and I bet, of course, that you have watched some of them at least. For example, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I know Demon Slayer, but I haven't watched it. I know My Hero Academia, I haven't watched it. Chainsaw Man, I know the characters, no idea what is happening. Attack on Titan, no idea what is happening. I mean, I know what is happening in general, but not the story itself. Spy Family, absolutely, I have watched the whole show. I really admire it. And if somebody asks me, let me begin. If I had to choose one that had the most influence, I think that the most influence objectively Attack on Titan had. Because everybody is talking about this, talking about the meaning and all that. But personally, if somebody asks me personally, what do I like most? What had the most impact on you? I would choose Spy Family. Because Spy Family is a completely different beast. It's like a slice of life show. It deceives you into believing that it is a spy mission action anime, and then you watch and you're like, this is about the fake family and how they enjoy being the family. That's what I like about it. It's really... have you noticed, guys, if you have watched Spy Family, you will understand what I'm talking about. It's like, at certain moment, you stop watching it for the sake of the mission. You watch it because you like these three characters and how they spend their family time together, and all these misadventures that they have because they try to conceal their identities. I think that's such a fascinating idea to wrap slice of life anime in such an action format. So, okay, what about others? Muslima, what do you think? What is the number one for you personally?
So I've watched all of them. For me personally, I think Demon Slayer had left some inspiration for me because characters there, they all suffered. Even demons have their backstory, which is very sad, and you can understand both sides, demons and people's side. So when I watched it, I cried for almost all the stories of people around there and demons as well. So I think it's kind of really, inspiring and deep, and it has deep history on this anime.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I mean, I didn't know that the demons here have the backstory. I think it's very strong storytelling. And, if you like Demon Slayer and you like this aspect, I would suggest you Dan because Dan has the same approach. We have supernatural beings here, and at first they seem to be villains, actually. But then you discover that their stories are even worse than the stories of main characters, and it really touches your heart. When I read the manga, I really got emotional. And yes, a number one pick. If you like Demon Slayer, you will like Dan as well.
Okay. It's the girl with short hair, right? Dan, or am I mistaken? The girl with short hair, she's one of the main characters, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. There is this girl and the guy with these glasses, and they I really like that. But manga is even better because it just covers more of the stories. Because right now we only have 2 seasons, but if you read the manga, Oh, that's just like such a beautiful like story, overall. The art itself and the stories themselves, yes. So, Nigina-chan, what about you? What would you choose?
Okay, so I would actually choose to watch My Hero Academia until the end because I have to finally know how it ended. And I saw there is one full movie. I also have to watch this one. Then maybe I would like to watch Chainsaw Man. Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, My Hero Academia, I think that it stands out because there are not so many superhero like things in Japanese animation, and
Yeah.
this one was like the biggest one, probably the biggest ever. So that's what really stands out here. Yeah, and okay, thank you. So what about Malika? Malika, what would you choose? Hello, hello. Can you hear us?
Hello. Yeah, my internet isn't that good. Isn't working properly. So, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I've listened about your speech, all of them, and about Dan. I agree that it is inspires for some actions like to trust yourself and to be um strong and etc. And from these six enemy, I can talk about only Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
um, because in this, the человек принципиально in Russian, let's see, I don't know
Chainsaw.
what its name.
Yeah.
Yeah, about this enemy. I just watched it, and I can say that it inspired me to do something or to think about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I mean, like, I had the same feeling. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like a little bit like off the charts, let's say. Yeah,
yes,
off the
and
charts.
Jujutsu Kaisen also uh, like this, I think, in my opinion, um, because there is only about the demand and how to improve your strengths.
Yeah, like power up battle shonen. People
Yeah.
sometimes call it like that. Not sometimes, but most of the time call it like that. Though I personally like Jujutsu Kaisen. I like it because I think that I pay attention to Gojo Sensei and his relationships with students. Maybe because I'm a teacher myself. That's why I pay attention to that very much. So I guess that
Mm,
what kind of appeals to me. How he takes care of Yuji and others. So
yeah.
takes care of Megumi, Nobara. Later. So I think that's the
Uh,
dynamic that I really like. Yeah, but overall, yes, it's about like getting stronger and and etc. Yeah.
and also like the actions, like it was drawn really cool. Uh,
So your choice will be Demon Slayer.
yes, because other anime I've never watched it even once. Attack on
Yes, Spy
Titan, I
Family.
heard
Yes,
about
my
it.
recommendation. Yes, very different
Yeah.
from all the others. Spy Family, really. Yeah, you should check this out, really, because guys, if you want to spend time laughing mostly, Spy Family. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you will not only laugh, you will worry and you will get excited and you will really root for the characters and sometimes get really emotional, but most of the time you will laugh, guys. Yeah. So, okay, let's move to this one. I wanted to talk about your childhood, guys, because this is the anime of the childhood. It was all released in 2000s, which is basically like when it was localized, when it was available, you were probably around like, I don't know, 10 maybe, etc., maybe 11 years old. And a lot of people of your age, guys, you like, are introduced to the anime via this. Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Gintama, maybe. So there is this analysis sometimes which is happening. The series that made the most impact in 2000s. And let's talk about personal choice. Personally, I am conflicted because One Piece, I'll tell you honestly, I don't like One Piece. I have tried watching it. I didn't like it. Naruto, I tried watching it. I didn't enjoy it as much maybe as you guys do. Maybe because, it feels less, I don't know, maybe like, for example, Bleach, yes, this one feels more traditional. This one is also like ninja stuff, etc., but it's more militant, let's say. So that's why I prefer this one. So Naruto for me was kind of like, I respected that word, but I never really enjoyed it. So that's why what is left for me are these two, Bleach or Gintama. And I'll tell you honestly, I am conflicted because I really like Bleach, and I know why people talk about this. They talk about this because it makes look like another show about supernatural adventure, battle, etc. But Tite Kubo, who is the author, he made one thing very different, and that's why Bleach is not very popular among teenagers. It raises important adult questions about finding yourself. So the main character Ichigo and others as well, they are not just, searching for the solution to the problem. They are not just fighting. Ichigo is always conflicted because he doesn't understand who he is. And this conflict is scary because he really is not sure about, like, who am I? What am I supposed to do? How do I live? And also, Bleach happens when drama has already happened. We didn't even see it. Like all the characters, they suffered from the loss, but we do not see it. We discover it through watching. And these characters, they had to be adults when they already, we meet them like this. It's not like, for example, Naruto. Yes, he looks forward to the future. He wants to become somebody. And we have this journey ahead. Usually the same situation in Jujutsu Kaisen. We see everything like ahead. In Bleach, everything is already behind. So that's why people sometimes have a problem watching it because it's too heavy sometimes. Not because it's scary. No, because it raises the questions that sometimes teenagers try to avoid because it really gets on your nerves, right? Gintama is something different. Gintama is a very popular anime in Japan. And it's very difficult to describe it because, again, it happens after certain events already took place. And the setting is so interesting. We need to have maybe another episode or whatever to really tell the whole story. But the main character, Gintoki Sakata, is such a difficult character to understand because he may feel like a slacker or a lazy guy, but he is here when you need him. And it's like how to get by in life when everything around you is really messy. That's what I would call Gintama, and I would probably choose Gintama because it really makes you feel a lot of different emotions. What about you guys? Malika, what would you choose? If you had a chance, what would you choose here? Hello? Nigina-chan?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What, for example, so have you heard about all those four?
Actually, I have heard about Naruto. I even started watching Naruto.
Okay.
But oh my god, there are so many episodes.
Yes, there are so many.
Yeah. I heard about Bleach. I also heard about One Piece. I heard that One Piece is even bigger than Naruto. It contains even
that is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way crazier than Naruto. But Gintama, I heard it from you actually the time.
Yeah,
So
so Gintama, is first of all, it's difficult to find it, and you
uh,
can find it where you have to destroy the streaming site.
uh,
Yeah, but that is I watching like is anything I
how?
what was the guys I like the sound of but they is at the merge of Beatles and
Oh my god.
the
Oh my god.
interest is like yeah that that's crazy guys. I really recommend. Like, it's controversial, yeah, because 364 episodes, I think.
Oh my
Not as much
god.
as Naruto, not as much as One Piece, but still a lot. And I really
Yeah.
enjoy that there are so many, because it's not about the ending. You are not interested in the ending. You are interested in other episodes. Like, okay, what will happen this time? I have no idea, right? So if you have an open mind when it comes to like watching episodes, this is the best.
Yeah.
Best scenario for this. So, what about Muslima? Muslima, what do you think? Have you like watched any of those?
Actually, I didn't watch One Piece. I was so scared because this have lots of episodes, and I
Yes.
heard about Bleach, but I didn't watch it. About Gintama, I saw him in like YouTube Shorts, but I couldn't watch it because I didn't have time.
Okay.
So for sure, I think I'm gonna choose Naruto because I've watched Naruto and it was one of the first animes that I watched when I started watching anime, and I think Naruto has lots of like characters which have like crazy backstories. When I was young and I started watching it, I was shocked that there are lots of characters and they have so many different stories which are connected somehow to each other, and it was like one of the craziest plots ever, but I didn't watch it till the end because it was too many episodes for me. I only watched the first season. In the second
Yeah.
season, I only know from like YouTube or TikTok the
Oh,
plot.
okay.
I didn't watch
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's difficult because in 2000s they had this, the studios had this craziness. Episode count was crazy, like a lot of episodes.
And flashback
But
counts.
you, you mean what?
In Naruto, there are so many flashbacks that I saw in YouTube
Yeah.
where like a person was handing a big book. It's like whole Naruto and a small tiny book, like a guideline or something. Naruto without flashbacks.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. The same situation happens in Bleach, actually. But I still enjoy it. I do not watch it a lot. I'm still watching Bleach from time to time. But I like it because, first of all, it's stylish. The second one, it really, really makes you think about like existential questions. Like, what makes a person? Really, this is the core. How do we navigate in life? By what standards? By what rules? By what guidelines? I mean, like when it comes to important decisions, for example, right? What makes us do what we do? So, all these philosophical questions, it's really about like Bleach in its core, yeah. And I mean, like if you really want some really, serious but adventurous, sometimes goofy, sometimes exciting, and like serious at the same time, like action anime. Bleach is maybe number one recommendation, guys. Okay, and finally, guys, I wanted to talk about some sleeping hits, more than serious that people sometimes overlook, or maybe they do just maybe they heard of them, but they are not discussed enough. They are not discussed enough. And actually, what is surprising? The fact is, this series critically acclaimed and very popular at the same time, but people don't talk about them that much, especially locally. I mean, like, for example, I think you have all heard about Sakamoto Days, but I do not
Yeah.
know if you guys watched it or not. Has anybody checked this out?
Yeah, I've
No.
watched
I've
a
watched it.
few
Oh, okay.
episodes.
So, Muslima, what do you think about this one? Did you enjoy it?
It's kind of interesting. It looks kind of, spy family for me because basically main character is like working as a spy and he have changed a lot, but in reality he's just covering up as the old man, but in reality he's in shape as always. It's quite
Yeah.
interesting, but I think it's kind of boring because
Oh,
it's
okay.
the anime that we had already and discussed, and this kind of anime exists, and I don't know, like it's basic, I think.
Yeah. I think that Sakamoto Days is a very good one. I haven't watched it yet, but I watched the trailer, a few trailers actually, and some scenes. I guess that, I think you have noticed, guys, I like these types of anime when you have an adult character who is really capable, but people underestimate this character. Just like Ryosayabe, right? Or maybe like this Sakamoto guy. Or maybe like Gintoki Sakata from Gintama, I like those characters. They hide, pretending to be just regular people. And then when the time comes to show the skills, they really do show it, And I think that Sakamoto Days is more appealing to adult audience, let's be honest, right? I mean, like, you guys are young, you like more exciting stuff, yeah? And I am already like 35, yeah? And that's why I like that more, maybe like serious stuff. I don't know how to call it, the stuff that makes you think more. So that's why Sakamoto Days is more like, appealing to me. Though I would say that anybody can watch it. I think it depends also on the taste, but also on the age as well, on the age as well. Another show that I think that people miss on a lot is Skip and Loafer. It's actually a seinen show, meaning that it's also for adult audience, but anybody can check this out. Skip and Loafer, really good, about a lot of characters, but the main focus is on Mitsumi and Shima-kun and how they handle the school days. And it's not like any like other series, because you may think, oh, okay, school series, etc. No. It's mostly dealing with issues, dealing with problems that happen because of you growing up. So I think you keep right.
I will to have say
Yeah. Hello. Oh, now it's happening. Oh, the that I right.
yeah, because, I mean,
So
usually
ending.
wait, you
Okay.
read okay, about
Internet probably drop.
now.
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me now? Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
God.
yes. I can
Okay, I
hear.
hear you. Okay, good.
So yeah, I mean, like Skip and Loafer, right? We talked about this.
Yeah.
We are looking forward for season 2 because season 2 will be soon available, I think, in late 2026.
Oh really? Oh my God, I have
Yes,
to watch season
yes.
1.
Yeah, I read manga as well, like until like
Yeah,
the
I
last
know.
chapter. And
Yeah.
the things are getting more and more serious here. I mean, like,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. It's like I will not spoil it because,
Okay.
yeah, that is something really, really like I cannot even like
Spicy?
describe. Yeah, no, I don't think it's spicy. It's like it becomes more thoughtful. It becomes more responsible.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, and finally, I think that the biggest hit that people are sleeping on, everybody knows this. on the left, My Dress Up Darling.
Gosh,
Everybody
I
knows.
never watched it.
Yeah,
But
me too. But
I don't
everybody
know.
talks about My Dress Up Darling, and why nobody talks about Dangers in My Heart?
Because girl
But
is more beautiful, I think.
What? What? I didn't hear. What?
maybe.
Because
What?
it's more beautiful, the blonde girl.
Probably
Ah,
yes. I mean, like Marine is really like attractive, like character, right? Maybe people find
but
it really appealing. But let me tell you something, guys. You know, My Dress Up Darling is also a serious show, actually. If you haven't watched it, let me tell you something, because I've watched not all of it, but I kind of
yeah.
watched some. It's a serious. It's serious because it's about like do not judge people by how they look like. You know, that's what the show is about. Because Marine is basically like a Gyaru type of girl, right?
Ooh.
Find out that she is not. She is actually a much deeper person than people think. And Dangers in My Heart is different because it's about do not judge the compatibility. Because this guy, you know, falls in love with this girl. He doesn't even want it. And somehow he finds out that they have much more common. And but the problem is that he still believes that nothing will happen because they are like in different leagues. And you know, that's the problem. The problem is that people do not open up to one another just because they stereotype themselves rather than somebody. Yeah?
Ooh.
So they stereotype others and themselves as well. This belief is so stuck that they cannot move past it. So, and it's very emotional. I mean, I watched the first season and it was like, okay, that's funny. Something is cooking up. And then in the second season, they really cooked up. Like I was watching and I was like, you know, I will tell you something. When they showed the, I even dragged my time. I didn't want to watch it because I knew that it would be very emotional. I didn't want to get it on my nerves. I prepared mentally for it. Yes. And when I watched it, I was like, how, you know, let me, instead of telling you the whole like story, etc., I will tell you the core. How can a studio make such a show where you can cry because of the animation?
Eh?
How cry as an adult watching a teenage show? It really makes you cry, you know? It makes you cry because it kind of touches the all insecurities that you may have. So that's what the show is about. You know, it's about facing your insecurities and all the worries. And, you know, I think because I'm an adult person, I watched it, I remembered myself as a school boy, you know, as a teenager. And maybe I remembered myself. I wasn't like the main character. But some of the problems that he faced, I kind of faced myself. So this is a very beautiful show, and I think people need to talk about more about this one more and watch it more. So my number one recommendation, guys, it's not My Dress Up Darling. No, it will be Dangers in My Heart. And please let it go, because at first it may feel like it's too goofy, especially for the first several episodes, and it is done on purpose because it tries to deceive you. Oh, this guy is such a weird guy, you know. It creates this impression. Oh, okay, this is the weird guy. And then you discover that this weirdness is only the coping mechanism that he created, the coping strategy that he has. And he is actually a different kind of person. And you find out only when you spend the whole season with this person. So, you know, that's why watch it. You will not regret it. But watch it in Japanese. This is my number one advice. I watched all the anime in Japanese. I have a blast. So, yeah, definitely do it. So, well, if, how are you doing? Very happy to see you all. Yeah, you know what we are gonna do? I'll try to screenshot it and then make an art based on it. Like, you know, anime faces. right?
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Okay, so very happy to see you. Very happy to have you here, and I hope that you enjoyed this time. And when we come back to studies, we'll hopefully make some offline episodes as well. Yes?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But now it's up to you guys to choose a topic. Choose any topic that you would like to discuss. Anything like anime related, not anime related. So, and then we will. But as for anime podcast, of course, anime related. For any other podcast, because we are still like continuing this, some other like topics as well, and collectively, not only just one person, but a few people, right? Just like that time. Well, okay. Anybody who would like to say anything? Welcome. Yes.
I think
We are all
this
having
was
glasses. It's kind of weird.
yeah. Nigina-chan, your microphone
Yeah.
is off.
Yeah, that is not a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But Malika, you do not have glasses, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because this is a problem.
Oh,
This is a problem. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Hello. Such a good thing to have
hi.
cameras also online, right? Yeah,
Yes,
that's a
actually,
very good thing.
it makes even more interaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like but I understand, ladies, they are usually reluctant to opening like webcams. Yeah, that's quite understandable. Yeah, sometimes I also hide the camera when I talk a lot. Yeah, because people like are staring constantly. But that time I kept it almost all the time like on. Yeah. So well, guys, we took it took 2 hours almost to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope that you spend this time really well. And any comments? Maybe like closing?
I have to rewatch Naruto.
Like from
Start
scratch?
again. I think it will be better.
Okay, yeah, I mean like, yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean like I could show you something more, but I guess that
It's okay.
like I'm sitting up. Yeah, okay. So Muslima, and what about like I think you start your studies since September 14th, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about me. No idea.
By the way, Nigina-chan, what about your master's degree enrollment?
I don't know. I submitted all the necessary documents.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
I saw through one channel, Pressaus, if I'm not mistaken, it said like master's degree students, they go on 5th of September. I didn't get any notifications. I don't know. I called a person from master's degree apartment. They told me just to wait, but still, I don't know. Really.
That's kind of crazy, right?
I'm worried.
But no, don't worry. That's quite natural,
Really?
I think that they will announce it in September, not even this week. Not even this week.
After celebrations,
always
it's
do like
Independence
that.
Day.
Yeah, because right now celebrations, all that. Yeah, so that's why. Guys, I think that's one thing I really, really appreciate. Every time I need new students, every single year, we have around 40-50% of people who really enjoy anime, who are anime fans, and they always have something new to bring to the table. I think that my own interest in anime really serves like as one additional point of something common, that we can discuss with students. And it's really fruitful because the content of anime is so big and so vast that we will always have a fruitful conversation, Yeah, so that's why that's just such a good thing that this thing exists in general. If we go to Japan and ask some Japanese people, they will be even surprised because not even all Japanese people are anime fans. most of them watch anime, but it is casual for them. They do not perceive it as something special. For them, it's just like the part of lifestyle. For us, though, it's something different. It's something that stands out, right? Yeah, so, yeah. But, I mean, like, check out Dangers in My Heart. You will like it. Check out Spy Family. You will like it as well. And I think that if we talk about older, like, shows, would you like to have, like, a recommendation of an old show?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just no, do not check out old shows yet, because let me tell you, there is a remake of a good old show. There was an old show which was called Ranma, which was actually written by the same author of Inuyasha, the same author. Okay. This is a good one. And Studio Mappa, who worked on Jujutsu Kaisen, they released a remake of Ranma. First of all, there are not so many episodes because Ranma is 164 episodes, like old show. There are too many. The new show is shorter, but it's so enjoyable because the same voice cast. Can you imagine that? Who voiced the characters in 80s, right now voice the characters like
Wow.
2020 something, 2020.
Awesome.
Yeah, check out Ranma, new one. Yeah, you will like it. You will like it. Absolutely. You believe me, you will like it. This is a crazy one. Yeah, like, I mean, like, school life, fantasy, fights because it's about martial arts and all that. Yeah, comedy, drama, a love story between two characters. Yeah, very good one. Yeah. So okay, well, Muslima, would you like to add anything?
I think podcast was very good. I'd like to repeat this kind of podcast once again, maybe offline version or online version. It does not matter, but it was like so interesting. As Malika said, I was so bored in summer time and even forgot English for a while. So it kind of helped. So thank you very much for attending this podcast.
Anytime. Actually, guys, you should have messaged me sooner because I would probably would have organized it earlier. Yeah, that's why if you ever get bored, guys, please text me and I will come up with something. So, well, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. And I also had a very good time with you. And we should repeat. Yes, as Muslima has said, we should repeat, and we will definitely do so in both online and offline. And if you come up with ideas and suggestions about the next topic, please feel free to text me anytime, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So have a good night then, have a good rest, and see you later.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Sweet dreams.
See you. Bye-bye. Okay.